Have you moved to Finland and want to become our customer? If you don't have banking user identifiers in Finland, fill in the online form to get started with opening banking services. In OP, we have a team dedicated to meeting all the banking needs of international specialists who have relocated to Finland. Our team has a wide range of expertise: banking and investment services, insurance services and real estate services and home purchases. If you're looking for a stable and responsible lifelong financial partner, choose OP. You'll get the best loyalty benefits in Finland, easy access to our services, and comprehensive expertise from a single financial services provider. Contact us.
Hello, we are very delighted to see you all here and welcome to this webinar for the first-time homebuyers. My name is Hanne Keinonen and I'm working as an account manager in international customer team in OP Uusimaa Bank. Today we have gathered here several topics that could be interesting for the first-time homebuyers, and me and my colleagues are here to present these topics. Firstly, I will be telling you about OP Uusimaa Bank and the international customer team. Also, my colleague from OP Koti will be telling you about housing market in Finland. Also, my colleague will tell you about the requirements for getting a home loan in OP Uusimaa Bank. And also, we are sharing information regarding ASP accounts and ASP loans. Also, we are informing you the key considerations for first-time homebuyers. Also, we have also included information regarding interest rate market and how to protect yourself towards interest rate risks. Also, we are telling you how you can secure your finances when you take your first home loan. And finally, we are telling you why you should choose OP Uusimaa as your new bank. And also in the end we have this Q&A section. So here in OP Uusimaa we are offering smooth banking services for our customers. We have a dedicated team of professionals for international customers. You can receive fast and personalized service for all sorts of situations. You can apply a home loan from us, or you can transfer your existing loan, pay off a share of a housing company loan, or make home improvements. We are here to help you. You can contact us by email, sending it to address uusimaa.international@op.fi. We will get back to you within 2 working days. Or you can go directly to our homepage, op.fi, and apply home loan from there. OP Uusimaa is part of OP Financial Group. We are the biggest bank in OP Financial Group. We operate in Uusimaa region and we are owned by our own customers. And we are one of the region's key businesses and employers. Our core values are people first approach, responsibility, and prospering together. We are here to promote sustainable prosperity, security, and well-being of our owner customers and operating region. And also we are offering an most extensive and diversified range of expertise under one roof. And as the owner customer, you will enjoy the best benefits, and also your services will accumulate OP bonuses. My colleagues will tell you more about this later during this webinar. We would like to be your lifelong financial partner, so feel free to contact us if you have any questions. And during this webinar, if you have questions to us, our specialists are here to help you. Feel free to ask your questions in the chat. We will be replying you throughout this webinar and also in the end of the webinar. So we are very much looking forward for your questions, and once again you are very welcome to this webinar, and we hope that you enjoy and receive useful information for the first-time home buyer. And next, my colleague Johanna Mustonen from OP Koti will be telling you about the housing market in Finland. So thank you from my side, and Johanna, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Hanne. And good evening, everyone. My name is Johanna Mustonen, and I am a realtor at OP Koti Uusimaa, and our office is located in Töölö, Helsinki. OP Koti in general, we are a well-known real estate agency that is part of OP Financial Group. We have 100 business locations across Finland. And at the moment we have more than 500 real estate professionals all around our country. We have brought together home buyers and sellers since 1946. And OP Koti was named the most trusted real estate agency in Finland 12 years in a row. And we are quite proud about that. Our services are real estate agency services, rental, business premises, sale of new construction, and appraisal services. Since you are first home buyers, I have written down here some useful key points to know when you are buying a property or house in Finland. We have diverse housing options. Finland offers a variety of housing types, from modern apartments in urban areas like Helsinki to traditional wooden houses in the countryside. Buyers can choose from single-family homes, townhouses and condominiums, catering to different lifestyles and budgets. Regulated market. The Finnish housing market is well regulated, which provides a level of security for buyers. Transparency in transactions and clear legal frameworks help protect consumers' rights, making it easier to navigate the purchasing process. Strong rental market. There is a robust rental market, particularly in larger cities. Renting is popular among younger residents and expatriates, and the demand for rental properties remains steady, making it an attractive option also for investors. Sustainable development. Finland places a strong emphasis on sustainability in housing. Many new developments incorporate eco-friendly materials and energy-efficient technologies, reflecting the country's commitment to environmental issues. Market trends. While the Finnish housing market has experienced fluctuations, it tends to be stable over the long term. Urban areas, especially Helsinki, have seen rising prices, while rural areas may offer more affordable options. It's important for buyers to stay informed about local market trends. Here I have written down some popular platforms where you can search for apartment listings in Finland. Here in capital area, the most popular one is oikotie.fi. That is the comprehensive real estate website in Finland, offering listings for both rentals and properties for sale. Another really useful one is etuovi.com, and that's another major site for real estate featuring a wide range of apartments and houses, along with detailed property descriptions and photos. Then there's vuokraovi.com, that's specialized in rental properties. This site is ideal for those looking to rent apartments in various Finnish cities. And then we have also many local real estate agencies with their websites, and I would warmly recommend you to find the OP Koti website in that area where you live. And there you can find listings tailored to specific neighborhoods or regions. And then we have here some terms related to home sales. First one is selling price, which is a transaction price excluding any housing company loan. Second one, debt-free price, which is selling price plus share of the housing company loan. Third one, loan share, the home share of the housing company loan. And fourth one, transfer tax to be paid by the buyer. And at the moment it's 3% for properties and 1.5% for units in housing companies. Fifth one, purchase offer, which is a written proposal made by the buyer to seller for buying a home or property under certain conditions. It is a binding document that includes the offered price, payment terms, and any terms and conditions applied to the sale. Sixth one is transaction conclusion, which is an event to sign the deed of sale. As a rule, home and property transactions are concluded in digital systems in Finland. And when you buy an apartment in a housing company, you will be given a lot of different kind of documents. And I have listed here the most important ones. The first one is Articles of Association. And you can see it's the housing company's rules and principles. The second one, Property Manager's Certificate. That is a document to describe key information related to the condition and finances of the home and housing company. And then there's financial statements, report on maintenance needs, and energy performance certificate. There are also many different kinds of costs and living expenses that you need to be aware of. The first one is maintenance charge or maintenance fee. That is a charge for the housing company's maintenance and upkeep. Housing company loan payments, charges collected for the housing company's loan repayments. Then there could be a plot rent payments if a housing company or property may be on a leased plot for which rent must be paid to the plot owner. In many cases, a leased plot can be purchased so that no plot rent needs to be paid. Water charge, paid for according to consumption. Electricity costs, a separate electricity agreement. Electricity is also paid for according to consumption. And then there could be other operating costs such as sauna, laundry room, parking space fees, etc. And then some words about living expenses in properties. The main one is real estate tax, which is an annual tax payable by the property owner. Then there also could be plot rent for properties on a leased plot. And once again, that is paid to the plot owner. Heating costs, for example, district electric, ground source, or oil heating. Water and wastewater charges, approximately 20 euros per person per month, or according to consumption. Waste management, waste collection and recycling services. Electricity costs according to consumption. And okay, then there's also this purchase mandate, which is an agreement with which the client, meaning buyer, authorizes a real estate agent to find the right home or property under certain conditions. The buyer pays the brokerage fee to the agent. A purchase mandate is especially useful in situations where only a few suitable homes are available and the buyer wants professional help to find the right one. But here I want to underline that this purchase mandate is mainly used for a bit more expensive properties, meaning when the selling price starts at 500,000 euros. And I also want to underline that our main job as realtors is to sell houses, not really to look for a right one for the buyer. Okay, and I would say that it's good reasons for saying that now it's really a good time to buy a home because prices are right. There's a good supply of different kinds of houses and apartments, and the interest expenses have returned to a reasonable level also. Okay, and at this point it's my time to thank you. Thank you for listening my presentation, and I would like to welcome you all to our public viewings in our beautiful properties and apartments all around Finland. And now I'm going to pass to my colleague Jyri Airinen, who will continue with his subject.
Okay, thank you, Johanna. My name is Jyri Airinen, and I'm working as an account manager in Uusimaa OP. Now that you have received the basic information on the Finnish housing market, it is time to learn that what are the requirements for getting a home loan and how the home loan process works step by step in practice. Naturally, there are some requirements before you're able to make the purchase of your first home here in Finland, and I think that for the most of the people, the most essential one is being eligible for the home loan. Naturally, this raises the question that what are then the basic criteria for getting a home loan? Well, first of all, you will have to have a Finnish social security number, a valid residence permit, and a permanent address here in Finland. We at the bank quite often get the question that how long will I have to live in Finland before I am able to apply for the home loan? And the answer is that there are no minimum requirement on your stay here in Finland. Usually it is enough that you have the stabilized ties to Finland. Of course, there are also some financial requirements to getting the home loan. Of course, you will have to have a steady flow of income, such as salary or a pension. You are also going to have some savings of your own, at least 5% out of the property price, and sufficient amount of collaterals. The collaterals can be a real property, such as an apartment or a summer cottage, or you can purchase additional collaterals from the bank. Examples on the purchasable collaterals are garantia, which is paid one time upon the trade, and then there's the OP's own loan guarantee, which is paid annually as long as it is required to fulfill the collateral requirements of the home loan. Now, when you think that you have met the basic criteria for the home loan, it is time to get the process started by creating the loan application in our online portal. In the application, you are able to provide the basic information about yourself and your possible co-applicant, and the banks will also get all of the necessary permissions to process your information. Once that you have completed the application, banks will be in touch with you about arranging the time for the loan negotiation. The loan negotiations are usually held over phone or as an online meeting and will take approximately 45 minutes of your time. In the loan negotiation, you're able to discuss the possible loan solution and suitable budget for you with one of our mortgage specialists. After the meeting, you should have a clear idea on what to look for and what it means in practice to have a long-term commitment such as the home loan. You will also receive valuable information on the Finnish housing market and in the Finnish economy to help you plan your purchase even more further. When you find an apartment or a property suitable for your needs, you should provide the documentation of the property to the bank for reviewal. Banks will make sure that there are no negative surprises related to the property and will also guide you through the offer trade and offer process. Usually, the trade process is completed mostly in the digital platform called TIAS, but sometimes visit to the branch is required. When the trade process has been completed, you can congratulate yourself on being a homeowner. Okay, and next I'm going to be talking to you about the program Finnish government has especially created for the first home buyers called the ASP. First of all, to be eligible for the ASP program, you will have to be 15 to 44 years old. In practice, this means an opening of the ASP account. Once that you have opened the account, you can start the saving part of the program. The saving part works so that you will have to make minimum of 8 deposits every 3 months for the minimum time span of 2 years. The deposit has to be minimum of 150 euros per quarter and can be at max 4,500 euros. Once you have set the minimum of 2 years and 10% out of the fair value of the property, you are eligible for the ASP loan. It is good to note that there's no time limit on the savings part of the ASP, so do not worry if the saving for your dream apartment takes longer than the 2 years. Meanwhile, you're saving to your ASP account. The ASP accounts yield yearly interest of 1%, and you're rewarded actually with additional 4% upon completion of the program. The ASP loans are especially beneficial for the most of the first home buyers, since the government provides interest subsidy of 70% out of the amount exceeding the total interest of 3.8%. The government will also provide additional collateral up to 20% or 60,000 euros based on the apartment value. The maximum ASP loan varies between different municipalities and number of applicants. The largest ASP loans are available in Helsinki, where a single ASP loan applicant may receive up to 230,000 euros as ASP loan. 2 ASP loan applicants may receive up to 345,000 euros. After Helsinki comes rest of the capital area with 185,000 euros and 277,500 euros. Then comes Tampere and Turku with 160,000 and 240,000 euros. And lastly, rest of the Finland with 140,000 and 210,000 euros. Sometimes the case might be that your dream apartment costs more than the maximum ASP loan in your area. In these types of situations, an additional ASP loan is a possibility. Naturally, the additional ASP loan comes without subsidy, and there's a small fee for the government collateral to that part of the loan. There are also some limitations related to the ASP loans. The loan repayment time is limited to 25 years, and the amortization-free periods are limited to 24 months. Since the ASP program is meant to help you buying your first personal home, it is not allowed to use the ASP loans for investment purposes. However, the exception to the rule is that if you have to move for work to another area in Finland or perhaps even abroad, you are usually allowed to temporarily rent out your apartment to a third party, usually for a maximum of 24 months. It is also good to note that interest caps and collars are not available for the ASP loans. However, if you're looking for maximum stability, the fixed rate is an option. If you're looking for something more flexible than the ASP loans, you can always consult your bank about the different types of options. Thank you very much, and next my colleague Janni will be taking care of here.
Thank you, Jyri, for your very informative speech. So hi for my behalf as well. I'm Janniina and I work here in OP Uusimaa as an account manager with international customers. And I'm here to tell you about the key considerations for first-time home buyers. It is always a big decision whether to buy an apartment in a housing company or a private property. In an apartment, you pay a monthly maintenance fee that covers expenses like snow removal, waste management, and insurance. The housing company also manages major renovations such as plumbing or facade repairs, but these can lead to additional costs. If you buy a private property, you are responsible for all maintenance and repairs by yourself. This of course gives you more freedom, but also comes with more responsibility and potentially higher one-time costs for repairs. However, in the long run, owning a house may be more cost-effective compared to ongoing maintenance fees and potential shared housing company loans. The condition of a housing company directly impacts long-term living costs. First-time buyers should check if major renovations such as plumbing or facade repairs are planned. These can increase maintenance fees and shared housing loans, raising monthly costs. It is also worth looking at the maintenance fee level, whether the company has sufficient repair reserves. A very low fee may indicate a lack of reserved funds, which could lead to unexpected costs for residents. Lastly, it's also a good idea to ask current residents about their experiences in the housing company. A well-managed housing company makes for more enjoyable living environment, while poorly managed one can lead to problems. For a private property, a condition inspection report is required by the bank for 15 years and older properties. A condition report is an expert assessment of the property's condition, helping to identify potential risks and necessary repairs. It is conducted to determine the collateral value of the property for a mortgage and to ensure there are no hidden defects that could affect its value or living safety. The report includes an evaluation of structures and plumbing system and any potential damages. Then it's good to consider what type of home suits you the best. The RS system safeguards buyers' investments in new developments, and the bank monitors the project's financial progress, ensuring proper use of funds. In case of developer issues, buyers receive added security. This system builds trust and stability in the housing market. With your own property, you are responsible for all maintenance costs and renovations. That applies, of course, more freedom to modify and develop the home. Also, the long-term cost may be lower without housing company fees. When you decide to build your own home that requires a plot, building permit, and financing before starting, and financing is often done in stages, with the bank dispersing the loan as the project progresses. You have then the opportunity to create a home tailored for your own personal needs. In a housing company, you own shares that entitle you to occupy an apartment and be part of the board of the housing company. As said earlier, the housing company handles maintenance and decides on renovations. The monthly maintenance fee covers running costs, but company loans can increase expenses. Then we have the right of occupancy housing, called aso in Finnish, which is not considered as a first-time apartment, but is still an option if you don't want an ownership model, but you want long-term housing security. In Finland, all foreign buyers from outside of the EU and EEA need a permit from Ministry of Defense to purchase a real estate, including land. Even if you have a permanent residence permit, you must apply for this permit. The permit is property specific, meaning that a separate permit must be applied for each property to be acquired. A negative decision is also property specific and does not necessarily prevent the same person acquiring another property in Finland. A permit should be applied as early as possible once you know what you want to buy. However, you should apply for a permit no later than 2 months after the property transaction. Land ownership is something many first-time buyers don't initially consider. If a property is on owned land, its value tends to remain stable, and there's no separate land lease fee. If it is on leased land, the initial purchase price may be lower, but the lease fee can increase over time, and buying the land later may be expensive. Leasing costs can also affect monthly expenses in a long term. At the time of purchase, if the land is leased and bought later, the transaction does not qualify for the first home tax exemptions, and that means that the 10% of your own money is then needed. Land ownership status can impact the financing and overall living costs, so it's really important to check this one really carefully. First-time buyers usually don't have significant assets to use as collateral for their first home. That's why additional collateral is often required. This could be an ASB collateral, a collateral got from parents, such as another property, or a paid collateral option offered by the bank. Collateral provides the bank with security if the customer gets into financial difficulties, in the first case completely insolvent, or the value of the home falls significantly. The maximum loan-to-value ratio, called LTV, determines how much of the property's purchase price the bank can finance. For first-time buyers, the typical LTV is 95%, and for ASB loans it is 90%, meaning the remaining 5 to 10% must be covered by personal funds or other additional collateral. So, in short, LTV determines how much you can borrow, while collateral ensures the bank has security for the loan. And to sum everything up, buying your first home is a major decision, so it's really important to be well prepared. By making informed choices, you can ensure your first home is financially stable and comfortable place to live in for the years to come. Thank you for my behalf, and next we have my colleague Antti to talk about the interest rates and the protections.
Thank you, Janina. Good evening, and now it's time to move to the place when you need money and need to handle the risk what is on the mortgage or the home loan. First, we take a short recap on the market situation, which has been quite uncertain in the last few years, and especially for last week. And that's something it's important to think about when you buy a new home, the first home, and most often people think about the Euribor rates, which are the short reference interest rates for the loan. And here you can see in the last 2 years, the rates have been coming down for most of the time, and especially on the uncertain times like now, it's been varying a lot, and the changes between the days can be quite big. But now we are in the time that we are not certain how much will the Euribor rates go down, and what will be the European Central Bank do in the near future. But we know at the moment it's so that Euribor rates are now below the long-term interest rates, which is the normal case, but has been untypically other way around. If we think about the long interest rates, which indicates the expectations of the future Euribor rates, we can see that a few years ago it was quite stable, and then at the end of 2023 they fell sharply, and also last year 24 it was kind of a fluctuating upward movement, and then summer 24 it started to move down really fast, and till the end of last year we got a fluctuating downward movement. But then from the early December to the end of February 25 we saw up and down fluctuating movements, and also the rates were coming up. Now in the last month we have had some uncertain times, which you can see also in the interest rates. And now, as we talk about the last week's Trump's tariffs and so on, the market's very uncertain, and the interest rates have been moving up and down almost daily. But the question is, what will happen now in the near future? And for that, I show you the comparison of the interest rates in the Eurozone over the past 2 years, where you can see that about 2 years ago, the 5-year rate and the 6 months Euribor rate were almost at the same level. But then the market was untypical, so that the Euribor was higher than the long interest rate. And now we have come to the situation back where the longer interest rate is higher than the Euribor rate. But what will happen next? Now the market is expecting that the Euribor rates are still going down, but how much? The market expectations are different from those from the economists and the European Central Bank, because they have to think about the inflation, what will happen in the future, how many times will they take the rates down, or will they do it? We're not sure, and that's why it's important to all of us who think about buying a new home and take a loan or mortgage, what will happen in the future? And the important question is then, what's the right solution for me? And for that, I need to ask a few questions. What kind of solution is suitable for me? What are the biggest risks to my economy? What changes in my own life and the surrounding world, especially at times like this, would make it difficult to repay the loan, or would make my life maybe more difficult financially? Not everything should or can be left to chance. And then the other important question is, what's my risk tolerance and willingness? Do I want to take a risk even though I can handle it? Am I willing to take a risk? And that's important to find out what's my or what's your risk profile. It's impossible to know the most suitable solution if I don't know my risk profile. And then important is also that how do I want my loan to function? What's important to me in my life? Because loan is just a small part of the life, but you must handle it and take care of it. What's important? Minimal risks, predictability, convenience, flexibility, the shortest possible loan term, many questions. And that's why it's important that you, and together with our experts, you ask and think about what kind of interest rate is suitable for my loan. If you think that I want peace of mind and predictability in my finances, if you say yes, then you turn into kind of fixed interest rate period. But if you are willing to take risk and you are able to tolerate fluctuations in loan interest rate and installment, maybe the variable reference interest rate, it means Euribor, is suitable for you. And of course, every time you can protect your loan partially. And that's why there are 3 different choices. Of course, if you want your loan interest rate and installments to stay the same, the fixed interest rate is perfect for you. And then, if you don't mind major changes, you are willing to take risk in your loan, then the Euribor rate is good for you. And in between, you have many different choices also if you want to protect some of your loan. For example, today's rates, which can vary, as I said, a lot. Today, the 12-month Euribor came down 0.10%, and now the difference between Euribor and the fixed 5-year rate is 0.3%. But do you want to take a payment that will not change for the next 5 years, or a payment that will definitely change every 12 months? That's a very important question, and it's not maybe easy, but to make it easier, you have our experts to help you with that. And if you're concerned about the interest rate uncertainty, don't worry. We can offer you solutions to reduce the uncertainty, either by capping or locking in interest costs. Thank you for my behalf, and it's good that we now move to securing your finance with my colleague Kim Virtanen.
Thank you so much, Antti. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kim Virtanen, and I work as a service advisor in the international customer team at OP Uusimaa. Today, I'm here to explain how you can effectively secure your finances. When taking out a home loan, it is essential to understand the risks involved. Interest rate changes can affect your repayments, especially with an adjustable rate mortgage. Job loss or reduced income can make meeting mortgage payments difficult, increasing the risk of default. Unexpected expenses, such as major home repairs or medical bills, can further strain your finances. Additionally, the sudden loss of income resulting from death or disability can create challenges in continuing repayment obligations. Understanding different loan structures is important for first-time homebuyers. With variable annuity, repayments stay constant unless interest rates change, adjusting the balance between principal and interest without altering the loan term. In an equal payment structure, you pay the same amount in each installment. If interest rates rise, the loan term extends. If they fall, the term shortens, making it suitable for those who prefer consistent repayments. The equal amortization approach involves paying the same principal amount each time, with varying interest, all while the loan term remains unchanged. Home loan interest rates offer flexibility with Euribor options for 12, 6, or 3 months. A fixed interest rate provides stability, while an interest rate cap can safeguard against rising interest rates. Home loans can also adapt to life changes, offering flexibility for unexpected events. Options like a repayment holiday, where only interest is paid, can help manage financial challenges effectively. Understanding the different options for interest rate protection is key for effective home loan management and long-term financial planning. Choosing an adjustable rate mortgage without protection against rising interest rates may cause financial uncertainty and pressure on your budget if rates increase. Opting for a fixed interest rate offers stability in your monthly payments by protecting against unexpected rate hikes. A fixed rate is available for both new and existing loans. You can split the loan, applying the fixed rate to one part and a floating rate to another, balancing protection with flexible repayments. For our owner customers, a long-term fixed interest rate further enhances predictability and security throughout the loan term. An interest rate cap limits rate increases over a specified term, providing protection in your home loan repayments. It allows benefiting from low rates if the reference rate is below the cap. Available for new or existing loans for different durations, it sets a maximum reference rate for adjustable rate loans. Once the cap term ends, normal rate changes apply, adaptable to different repayment methods. Loan protection insurance offers essential security by helping to manage your home loan repayments during unexpected life events. You can choose either full cover or partial cover. Wage earners can choose cover for disability and unemployment, or for accidental permanent disability and death. Self-employed individuals can choose cover against serious illness instead of unemployment. The insurance can be tailored to either single or joint cover for loans taken out with another person, making it suitable for both existing and new loans. The insurance premium depends on the loan amount and the insured person's age. You can find the insurance eligibility criteria on our website. Thank you very much. Now I would like to welcome my colleague Rosa, who will tell you more about our customer benefits.
Thank you, Kim. My name is Rosa Lehtonen and I work as a service specialist in the international customers team at OP Uusimaa. Next, I'm going to tell why OP is the ideal choice for your home loan needs. Let's get started. As Hanne mentioned earlier, at OP we offer the most extensive and diversified range of expertise under one roof. Our services include banking, financing, investment, insurance from Pohjola, and real estate services from OP Koti. This comprehensive approach ensures that all your financial needs are met seamlessly. Accessibility is another cornerstone of our service. We are a local player with a strong presence nationwide, offering services through digital channels and an extensive network of branches. Whether you prefer online banking or visiting a branch, OP is always within reach. Our mobile bank ensures that banking and insurance services are available to you anytime, anywhere, in Finnish, Swedish, and English. One of the key advantages of choosing OP is our exceptional loyalty benefits. Let's take a closer look at these benefits. As an OP Cooperative Bank owner customer, you own a part of your bank. Anyone can become an owner customer by paying a member cooperative contribution, which is €100 at OP Uusimaa. This entitles you to the unique benefits that we'll go through next. Here are 7 reasons to become an owner customer. Let me highlight a few of them. As an owner customer, you can enjoy discounts on banking and insurance services as well as earn OP bonuses. Until the end of 2025, our owner customers will also receive additional benefits. This includes having the daily banking services without monthly charges and earning OP bonuses with 40% increase compared to the normal level. We will discuss OP bonuses in more detail shortly. As a local player, we support local businesses by acting as their partners and contributing to the local economy. For example, this year we will donate €350,000 to non-profit organizations in the Uusimaa region. In addition to these benefits and discounts from our services, our partners across Finland offer a variety of benefits as well. You can find all of these on your OP mobile. There is one more thing I really want to mention. We want to help ensure that children and young people across Finland thrive now and in the future. We are donating a €100 investment to every baby born in Finland in 2025. This is one concrete example of how we support the Finnish society. Next, I'm going to demonstrate how the OP bonuses are calculated. On the first example, you can see the amount of OP bonuses accumulated from a €100,000 loan. You can also see the comparison between the bonus amount in a normal year and in 2025. In the second example, you can see the increase in OP bonuses if you would have the same loan and €10,000 invested in mutual funds. In the last example, on top of those services, you would have €5,000 on your savings account and the total amount of your insurance premiums per year from Pohjola would be €1,000. The more you centralize your services with OP Group as an owner customer, the more bonuses you receive. Now, what can OP bonuses be used for? Here you can see the services that can be paid with OP bonuses. The bonuses are used to pay for service charges and insurance bills in the order that they arise. Daily banking services are for free of charge until the end of this year, so the bonuses are used to other service charges. For example, to the origination fee for a home loan. Moving on to the final part of my presentation. Hanne has already introduced our international customers team, so I'll keep it short. To summarize, OP offers a comprehensive range of services, exceptional loyalty benefits, easy access through digital channels and branches, and a dedicated support for international customers. We are here to make your home buying journey as smooth and rewarding as possible. We understand that buying a home is a significant milestone in your life, and we are here to support you every step of the way. I hope you found this information helpful and that you feel more confident about choosing OP for your home loan needs. Next, I would like to invite Hanne and Janina to lead our Q&A section.
Thank you so much, Rosa, and also thank you so much for my other colleagues for sharing this very important and informative information for the first-time home buyers. And I would especially like to thank you, the audience, for being super active in the chat, and thank you so much for your excellent questions. And during this webinar, we have been responding to you, and when we have chosen 2 of those questions to be covered also. And Janina will tell these questions.
Yes, so thank you also from my behalf. Hanne, can you give an idea of the current living expenses cost for a home? It was a really good question.
Yes, this is an excellent question because it depends a lot what you are buying. Like for example, if you are buying a small apartment and the apartment is located in the own land, so the housing company is owning the plot. That usually means that the housing costs are quite affordable, and also if there's no need for massive renovations in the near future. So that definitely makes it very affordable living, or housing costs are in a reasonable level. But for example, if you consider like a property, a family home, maybe built in the 70s, this can be definitely more expensive if the previous owners have not been updating the house technology, for example. So winter months can be extremely expensive, especially if the price of the electricity is quite high. But I would say that the basic assumption would be that if it's a like 2-room apartment, for example in Helsinki in the own land, housing costs could be like 200 to 400 euros per month.
Maximum,
yes. And if it's a property in the own land, maybe 600. But this is something that will be mentioned in the documents of that apartment.
Yes.
So we as a bank, we will tell you that if it's something like significantly higher than it's usual, then we consider together what might be the reason.
Yes.
Yes.
Then we have the other question related to ASP loans. So is it true that you cannot rent out an apartment purchased with an ASP loan unless you are temporarily away, like living abroad? And what if the person wants to rent at some point in the future?
This is an excellent question, and actually this happens quite often because it's the first apartment, and usually when time goes by, people maybe want to update the apartment to a bigger one, or they prefer to live, for example, in another area, for example. So we as a bank, we can convert the ASP loan into a regular home loan, because the legislation of ASP doesn't allow that the apartment will be used as an investment apartment in a long run. So this is something that we can do, but of course customer needs to contact us and let us know that they are planning to rent out the current home. But this is something that we can definitely do.
Yes.
But thank you so much for these fantastic questions. We continue to respond to you during this evening, and we would really hope to see you again if we have this type of webinars with other topics. And also feel free to contact us if you have any questions regarding the services. And for you to know that also this webinar. This was recorded, so we will be sending this to you by email within 1 week. And in that message you can also ask us to contact if you have some questions or matters you want us to cover. And now that we are hosting this webinar for the first time home buyers, it would be very important for us to know like how you felt. Was this informative enough for you? Was there something that you hope us to check for the future webinars? So feel free to respond to this feedback survey. You will receive it by email quite soon. But thank you so much for taking a part. We really appreciate your time, and we hope to get back to you soon regarding the questions, and hopefully we can finance your first home here in Finland. And have a lovely spring and take care. Bye bye.
Bye.